On today's video, I'll be showing you how I made $400 trading ES as a semi-profitable day trader. Let's get into it. The first thing I start doing is I mark out my high time frame liquidity and my high time frame gaps. And as you can see here on ES, we start getting a liquidity sweep right here. And now if we check NASDAQ, we were already under all that liquidity. So that brings me to my next thing. Next thing I notice is we have liquidity level there, and NASDAQ's all the way down here as of right now, and ES just now went under that gap or under that liquidity. So that tells me one of two things: NASDAQ is more bearish, ES is more bullish. Simple. So right now, since we got that liquidity sweep, the first thing I'm looking for is longs. I feel like that's pretty understandable. So I wait a little bit. I notice that we start breaking structure right here on ES. I'll circle that for you guys. Start breaking structure right here. And on NASDAQ, we also do the exact same thing. Now, pretty much all I'm waiting for is to see if this is going to become a gap right here in this area, if that'll become a gap on NASDAQ, and not really the same for ES because of this long wick ES has. So I'm pretty much waiting, seeing if there's a gap, and our gap, see you later, bro. See you later. But that shows me something else. We have equilibrium on NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ was more bearish, so it makes sense for NASDAQ to grab equilibrium and not always ES. Now, did ES still have a retracement? Yes. So then, since I have my equilibrium, we have an SMT and a liquidity sweep, break a structure. I'm also going to be looking on the 1 minute for inverse gap and then a tap and break. So I go down to the 1 minute here, and we don't really got anything right now. We got some gaps down here, which is nice, and we form our first gap on ES. Now this is the important gap to me. I don't think we really, we have the same gap on NASDAQ. At this point, I'm not really looking at NASDAQ as much as I am on ES. And we tap into this gap on ES. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. So we tap into that gap, and we do the same on NASDAQ. Go next. Still on NASDAQ, and we come all the way up here on NASDAQ, which is the more bearish one, the more bearish index, and it's already trying to break structure to the upside on the 1 minute. That's great. And what do we get on ES? We get a break right here. I mean, if I'm looking for longs, if I'm looking to sell, and I get all those confluences, shut up and enter. That's all. That's it. You know, for your stop loss under this, into the 5 minute, this is what we're looking at. I mean, right? We haven't set our TP or anything yet, but so far this is what we're looking at, and it's looking good. Looking good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're just going to see how this folds out pretty much, even though we already know how it folds out. And the first thing we do, we get a little bit of drawdown since that 1 minute, that we entered on. And we get pretty close to partials. Right here, we take out partials. That's nice. Money in the pocket. And this is where I go break even, because we have this 5 minute gap right here, and we already hit our partials. So I go break even right here, and we keep going up. Another partial hit, and I mean, again, I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I did not expect to go this high. You know, I thought we were just gonna hit the first partials and that's it. Boom, another partials. And then at this point, my stop loss was here, because, you know, it's pretty high. so far on market open. From market open, we had around a 0.61%, 45 points, 456 ticks. And this is all the way up to 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. we're still running this thing, and bang. Full TP hit. I mean, I did do lower contracts on ES. I've been trading NASDAQ for the past couple days, so I've been really sitting at like 6 contracts, and I guess I just didn't think that I was trading ES, and really could have made a lot more than what I did today if I had the right contracts. But I mean, yeah, bread and butter trade per usual. That's pretty much it. That's how I made $400 today trading ES as a semi-profitable day trader, and that's it. Peace.